All right, everybody, we're getting ready. Well, we're ready, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. All right, turning the tunes down. That way we can have an actual conversation with us. Welcome in. Sorry, y'all. Today is the week prior to Arc launch. So for those that don't know, content creators have meetings with overlords on the Wednesday, generally the Wednesday prior. Now that should happen more often, like or earlier, but it just wouldn't happen. So anyway, we were discussing net efficiencies and whether something is an efficiency or not an efficiency. Lube has determined that everything is an efficiency that exists in the world, and we love him for it. Good to see you, and actually good to see you. Welcome in everybody else. Brett, great to see you as well. As we're going to discuss lots of things today. We got to discuss, today is the last day to get your grading in if you want to grade this month. We're also going to discuss the rep grind leaderboards, the mega cube stuff. Is it worth it? Should you still do it? Personally, I do. It just depends on, whether you like it, I guess. And all the other things and more. Ray Del Castillo, good to see you. Gotta love Lube. We got to, because if we don't, well, he has nobody else. It's just us. It's just us. Yeah, stuff. Even the dog doesn't love him. When will we make a path for the officers from 3 years ago? Who are you talking about, Scott? Who are you talking about? Adam Peckins is good to see you. Bricks with Justin. I love bricks. Actually, I've got a wall here staring at me of I need to do. My son broke my X-Wing, and I'm very upset about that. But maybe this Saturday we'll do another brick build. I need to. I'm missing my bricks. I'm missing my bricks. So I need more. Brandon, great to see him. Murphy says, I bought 10 red board directives last week. For last arc. Now just run one MC to cycle the cost, free points. Yeah, that is generally how we recommend doing it in terms of like going through that cycle. You buy the red, you run it, you get 10 more, you run it again. Now, in terms of your Borg spheres attacks, solo armadas today, if you haven't done them already, today is the day for solo armadas. I am currently ranked 3 in that SLB, but I have a ton of them sitting there. Apparently Woodstock had a absolute crap ton of them sitting there. And then of course you have the Mega Cube directive bonus event if y'all want to take part in that as well. Yeah. So it's good. Scotland says towels required for loads of 52 plus crews. Towels not required for almost anything 52 plus. You're going to be using the new Strange New World cruise or the Enterprise E cruise. You can use towel. Most people up there aren't using towel anymore. You can, but the new Strange New World cruise have replaced most of that, and thankfully those have sourcing. Let's not get into the Gorn Eviscerator today. Ugh. Please go put your grades for the Gorn Eviscerator in the grades. Y'all go do that there, so I don't have to with it anymore. Not today. Of all days, not today. There are other days. Today is not one of those days. I just oh, does my mood indicate how the meetings went today? Do the moods work? Finally unlocked the Infinity skin. Congrats. That's huge. That's huge. I'm actually about to load up for solo armadas right now and hope and pray that I don't get sniped during the stream, which is very possible that's going to happen. We'll see if it doesn't happen though. Before anybody asks, no, the crews I'm running are not the most efficient for what I'm about to do, but I'm not worried about efficiency. I'm worried about getting it done. So FYI, if you're going to critique me, please know that your critiques are probably correct, because for example, I'm bringing 6 of 11 who is not needed in this. I'm bringing him anyway. Just because I don't feel like moving things around. James has took Chapel to tier 3 after the artifact upgrade SLB. She's not making much difference to Gorn that I can see. Guess I need to up my artifact game. She should be, James. What are the crew sets that you're running? But I mean, she is pretty useful versus the Gorn. I'm curious to see what you're running. Sounds like a new ship coming out next month. No, I did not say that. And in fact, we have never, ever had back-to-back months where a new ship came out. So don't expect a new ship. That's never happened. Or we had back-to-back specialty ship months. In the history of the game, that's never happened, and I don't see that changing. And there's a reason for that. I mean, as far as Scopely is concerned, you're not going to get people to do that because they're already still purchasing their first one. They're not about to work on a second one so soon. But officers, oh, we got new officers coming. Don't you worry your pretty little hearts out. We got new officers coming for you. So if that's something that you like, that's happening. So here you go. I'm about to just go through all my refineries because, well, that's what we need to do. Yay, 155. I need the epics. I need all of it. Oh, snap. Jackpot on the epics. Heck yeah. That's yummy. And then we'll do it again. And jackpot on the uncommon. So kind of like a mixed bag there, but a good mixed bag. Very mixed bag, though. And I'll just go through refiners. And any questions that y'all have, feel free to read them out. Congrats, Trinity, on hitting Syndicate 21. That's huge now because now you have the auto redeems / pulls that you can do in your chest, which is cool. It's actually really good. Only want a new currency? Oh, man. You're going to love this month if you just want new currencies. Great month for loving currencies. Great month for loving currencies. Right, Lube? Fantastic month if you love currencies. If you love currencies, oh my God, you are just going to you are going to a brick. So good. So good. 19 days, you have your NX01. Very nice, Justin. That is exciting, man. I actually really feel like the NX01 is a great addition to the game in terms of like your gameplay. Free play, grind that bad boy out, and it will significantly improve the amount of credits that you get. Really good. Oh, we get so much currency in real life. I know. If I had as much currency in real life as I did in Star Trek Fleet Command, I could afford to play Star Trek Fleet Command. It'd be great. I could use at least another 50 to 100 currencies to track and use. Well, Fueled, I've got great news for you. I don't know if it's that many. That would be excessive. That'd be excessive. What are your thoughts on testing of a G5 bracket? Explain to me what you mean testing of a G5 bracket. What exactly are you meaning? Are you talking about, oh my gosh. Holy trial bells, Batman. That's a lot of Taco Bells. Holy trial bells, Batman. Apparently Streamer RG only works for Taco Bells. Why couldn't that have been the 1.1 million proto matter? That's a lot. Why couldn't that have been the proto matter? But hey, jackpot. Oh, wow. That's hey, the good news is though, that actually directly translates into proto matter though. So that's a positive, right? That does directly translate into proto matter. So that's fine, I guess. I would have rather just gotten the proto matter directly, but that does directly translate into proto matter. So yay. I mean, yay, free is free, right? And I got it. So yay. So yay. Okay. All right. I got to finish going through all these. I gotta finish. For the Gorn, I'm using Janeway 5 data with Hugh, Doc, BLT, Tom, Odo, Troy, and Chapel below. I would say this, James, because the Gorn are totally isolytic base. Dump 5. When you say data, do you mean Enterprise E data? And if so, I would put Pike as your captain. Pike, Janeway, Enterprise E data, do that. Basically use Pike's ability to magnify their isolytic officer abilities. And that should give you a little bit more oomph in your runs. A little bit more oomph in your runs. A little bit more oomph as I get ready to do my own oomping here with the solo Armada runs, working on my Borg Mega Cube event. So, just turned 45 yesterday and just want a free-to-play Gorn ship so I can finally finish the stupid ARC mission. Yeah, me too. I'd like it. As would I. Yeah, try it out, James. Let me know how it works for you. And it's good to see Tom below deck. Tom Paris is good for your mitigation, which, by the way, with Tom Paris below decks, you don't really need 5 of 11 up top. All that would really be doing is loot. So, not that there's anything wrong with a loot bonus. I'm just saying that it's not really giving you a ton. Since I'm about to do a bunch of these, I'm going to go ahead and do a triple pull, which will give me my Commander XP and credits. We have pushed for a Commander event to happen this month. We'll see if it's going to happen, but we have reminded them again and again. There should be one. Are you working on cloaking research? I'm not. Because I don't really use cloaks. I'm one of those guys. I don't really use cloaks. I know. I'm a dirty non-cloaker. Believe it or not, even me, who is in so many wars, I don't really use cloaking. And the one argument I had to use cloaking is now gone, which was Armadas. But now with Armada speed ups, The only thing. Thank you. I was about to have a little conniption fit. I was about to have a little fit. My Armadas aren't showing up. Look at all these people down here. I'm about to hey. See, Mailman Pete, for those that don't know, because I'm assuming Mailman Pete does not know. Now, he might be just bringing this here for the boost. But I only see 3 ships here. The USS Defiant does not get Federation-based research, meaning it does not get the research that you get with the translink disruptors to make Federation ships effective versus solo armadas. So, Pete, you brought a pointless ship here, buddy. The ship is doing all kinds of nothing. For those that don't know, this ship is useless because specialty ships, I know they probably should, but specialty ships do not get faction bonuses. So if it is a Talios, it does not get Romulan bonuses. Sarko does not get Klingon bonuses. Defiant does not get Federation bonuses. So FYI, for those that do not know, as we're going through, that is a big point. So shout out to Mailman Pete. Hopefully he watches the stream. And Adam, you can actually go ahead and clip that section and send it to Mailman Pete, because I hope he knows that. He needs to know that, because I want to be more effective. He does have a Titan, though, which that's great. Max Fortify. But even if you max Fortify a Defiant, it's still useless against a Borg Sphere. Literally would be better off bringing an Enterprise here than a Defiant. So it is true for Voyager and Exile. Yes, everyone. Every single one. Every single one. So, yeah, that's the Titan, the Voyager, the Cerritos, the Defiant, the NX-01. None of those get Federation bonuses. None of them. You don't talk to Pete is on your block list? Wow. Okay. Tell me how you really feel about him, Adam. Jeez. Jeez Louise. Tell me how you really feel about him. Imagine how broken the Talios would be if it got Romulan bonus. I don't know if broken's the right word, but it definitely would get a boost. Only faction ship that gets bonus. Faction. There technically is one special ship that gets faction bonuses. And it's the baby jellyfish. So just for those that didn't know, the baby jellyfish actually does get Federation bonuses. So if you brought a baby jellyfish into the future where it was relevant, it would actually get all those bonuses. But that's the only specialty ship that does get those. Could he buff another ship with the Defiant? He could, Mauricio. But the problem is this is the only ship he's got. Like, he doesn't have another one. I don't know why I'm resizing. But that's why I made the comment, because he only has the 3. And then he's got a Titan. So he didn't actually have another ship in the space. So I'm assuming he's using his Titan. Hey, Adam the Shrubber. Look, there's a noob. Look at this noob. Oh, what a noob. What a noob that guy is. Ugh. All right. I think there should be a mirror universe function in the game with Imperial faction. Thoughts? I think that as amazing as an idea of that is, like, I really do. By the way, Borg Cube does not get a bonus against Borg spheres either. As amazing as an idea I think that is, I don't think that Scopely would implement it in a cool way. Like, if they were going to make the mirror universe, they wouldn't even make a new faction for it. There are so many cool ideas that I don't know. You'd have to do it piece by piece. Like, you'd need to make a Terran faction first, or a Terran set of officers, and then maybe down the road you'd get that. But I do think that they should explore the mirror universe. Obviously, we've been saying that for a very long time, right? We've been talking about the need for something like that in this game to be more Trek friendly, to be more lore friendly. I think a lot of y'all want that. A lot of y'all are Star Trek fans. Aren't Incursions kind of a mirror universe? Well, Pip, depending on how nerdy you want to be, Star Trek as the entity itself has got multiple mirror universes. Like, you're not seeing the same mirror universe in every Star Trek episode that has mirror universes. That's not the same one. There are actually multiple mirror universes. So, yes, Incursions is a mirror universe in and of itself. So are other things. Adam, I love you. You'd love Terran Universe. We only got a couple from Discovery. Yep. Aren't there Terran officers already in the game? Technically, there are Mirror Universe officers already in the game. Like Tilly. Tilly has a Mirror Universe concept in our Disco set. but it's not like part of like a faction or an overall thing, right? Within the infinite multiverse, all things are true. This is true, which means there is a multiverse where I weigh 50 pounds less and I'm a billionaire. And I take comfort in knowing that that multiverse exists. In a multiverse, I am level 70 in Star Trek Fleet Command. It exists. It exists. I'm not in it right now. There's a multiverse where I'm level 50. I'm sorry, level 70. I'm already level 50. Words are hard. No, Nox. You wouldn't have to ask. Yep. Isn't the lore that our entire universe is an anomaly where multiple timelines are converging? That's not even lore. That's just fact. That's just fact. All right. All right. Let's, any questions that y'all have? Let's try to do as many questions as we can regarding the rep grinding leaderboards. I'm curious, are y'all happy with the changes? I personally plan on going kind of crazy on it. I like that they threw in keystones. It's kind of neat, right? Do y'all like that it has the same rewards? Now, you're going to need to pay attention to your timers because you've only got 5 days left. You have 2 days left after this ends. I actually like that it's a late moment of more event store currency for a grinders leaderboard. Is anybody else actually happy with that? Are you happy with the bracket split? Or anybody that's level 51 plus here happy with the bracket split? What do y'all think? What are y'all's overall thoughts about it? I'm still a ginger. Yeah, I don't think my DNA changes multiverse to multiverse. I don't think that's how the multiverse works. I don't think my DNA is any different. So I don't think it's any different. Thoughts on the officers for this month's Flash Pass? I would say for this month's Flash Pass, Enterprise E data shards are hard to come by and absolutely amazing to have. That doesn't mean I don't like Odo. Picard Beverly Crusher is very meh. I don't really care about her. She's kind of meh. She's a beautiful woman. Shout out to Gates McFadden. Odo is a solid officer. He really needs to be maxed out to be valuable in today's game. He's just kind of gotten dated. But Enterprise E data is very, very good. So if nothing else, finish your Flash Pass. And if you're one of those people who's willing to spend $10, he's really good to have. If that's helping you unlock him or tier him up. But if you're completely free to play, definitely finish the Flash Pass to get those officers. So, bracket split is nice, but for Ops 56, the event store is weak. Mock, have you already maxed out Chapel? Have you already gotten your tier up Catalyst? So, it'll be exciting next run. Working on my second 1 bill lock, and the rep claims aren't super high yet. I've got 3 1 bill locks. But, reminder, I did a video. If y'all haven't seen it, maybe I should plug my own video. If y'all haven't gone and watched it, we did do a video on rep grinding and all the different ways to add to your rep grinding. Let me see if I can find that video. 1 second. That's from 5 months ago. I did one, yeah, rep grinding, free to play leaderboard. I did one for the leaderboard to talk about the different ways. So if you didn't check it out, strongly encourage y'all to go watch this video for all the different ways to improve your rep grinding. See, there's the ginger right there. Look how happy he is. Look how happy and excited he is a week ago with this leaderboard. I do truly like this leaderboard. So, yeah. Level 29 camp video and your Saladin video counter each other. What Saladin video? Because the last Saladin video I made, which one's newer? Keep in mind that content ages. And in this game, it can age pretty quickly. That's why I actually try to hide a lot of the older videos. I put them as private because they become outdated. They become outdated. And I think that's a natural occurrence. Like that's just how it is in the game. Yeah, the Saladin is not the best right now. So I would not recommend somebody get the Saladin. I would recommend get like the Centurion and save those crystals for your Vidar and your level 30 faction miners. I feel like that's a better use, and your Horizons. That's a better use of your crystal because the Saladin is no longer OP. The Saladin is still a good ship. If you want the Saladin just because you love the Federation, go for it. But well, Wolfwood, it's only been a year, right? A year and a half-ish, maybe. When was DS9? We can pull up the chart. When was DS9? Because I was using your level. No, it's fine. light. I mean, you can still use the Saladin and be completely fine at level 29. It's just maybe not the most efficient route, but it doesn't make it a bad route, right? It's two different things, right? Just because something's not the most efficient route doesn't make it bad. It's not bad to have that. It just isn't the most efficient route because you have so many things that need crystal. But you also have a lot more payouts now between battle passes and events than when that level 29 camping video even came out. So don't fuss over, don't fret over, don't feel like you made a wrong choice. Embrace your choice. Have fun. It's okay. You're doing okay. You're okay. I promise. Okay, I promise. So, Katinga or Valdor? I personally choose Valdor because you have events with ISS Jelly Brawl and Parabellum that pay out the currencies and the materials that you're going to need for the Valdor. But again, that doesn't make it a bad choice to go after the Katinga. I have both. I actually leveled my Katinga further. Both are very good ships. Both are very good ships. All right, I'm going to do a mid pull. See, I just got a ton of trial bells, but this is how I'm getting my tier up catalyst now. I'm going to do a mid pull for this. And that's an okay pull. 400 tier up catalyst. I'm not going to gripe about it. Hopefully I get 400 more tomorrow. I actually am not doing that, but this actually is something to consider doing, I guess, for the rep grinding. That's not enough for me to do. And then I'm going to do a mid pull on this one and get those pieces there. All right, and then go through all my refineries. Hey, Ben, I'm fine. How are you? Trying to decide between spending the rest of my currency on finishing out the Monavine or getting a third of the way to tier 4 chapel. I'll be honest. I would unlock the Monavine. Simply speeding up specialty ship acquisition is such a tremendous boost to a player's gameplay. I would recommend that you get the Monavine if you were asking me. Now, you technically didn't ask me, but you did come to my stream. So... And Jerry, as of now, the Whip Refinery is not bugged. We've not had any reports of the Whip Refinery being bugged at tier 9 test / tier 10 in quite some time. So you're pretty safe to upgrade that if you want to. I will say that I'm upgrading the Metron Cascade right now, so I'm not even focusing on the Whip. But yeah, got to make sure all my ships get there. Thank you. All right, let's see. When Treasure World sourcing gets day 1, DS9 officers should be sourced by now. I do agree that all DS9 officers should be sourced by now. Thankfully, the most important officers are already sourced. But yeah, we don't have sourcing for all the DS9 officers, which is silly, and I agree it's silly. But here we are, right? Thankfully, the most important ones are sourced. Not wrong button. The most important ones are sourced. For example, Benjamin Sisko, who I have maxed out. Thankfully, those are sourced. Your Armada officers. Yeah. What levels are the leaderboards split into? Great question, Joseph. Let me see if they updated STFC.space to specifically show, because that would be very helpful if they did. Let me go see if they updated that. But I know that the 50s have been separated from the 56s. I'm sorry, from the 60s. But I don't know if they did like 51 through 55 and then 56 through 59. So let's go see. Let's go see. SLB, it's the attack patterns. Upgrade. Where is my event? Are you pulling the wrong dates? 29. Where's the event? That's an old event. What are you doing? Did they not even put it on the website? Is it not on STFC.space or am I blind? I don't even think they put it on their website because this is their website now. Well, fantastic. All right, so here's what we're going to do. It's 51 through 59. We're going to rely on chat to tell us if you were in the 50s, what is your bracket? Is it 51 through 59 or do they split it into 2? I think they just split it into 1. But we're going to have to rely on chat for this. We're going to have to rely on chat. Yeah. Amalgam recruit chest is bugged for the 20 chest. I tried a few times already to restart the game. I'm not aware of that as a bug. I haven't seen a ticket put up for it. But I can't pull the 20, but I haven't seen a ticket pulled up for it. Well, yeah, Kishi, the lower brackets are already set, but they did swap the 5-star bracket so that they no longer coincide with the 6-star players, which is what a lot of people see. Adam, I don't know if Adam still has a ship here. No, they don't, but Adam sees up to 59, so I'm going to assume it is 59 because Adam is a level 53 player. That means 51 through 59 is the bracket. That means 51 through 59 is the bracket if Adam is seeing that, because they're 53. Does the Vidar loot boost XComp work on Borg Solar Armadas? No. No. Only the probes. Only the probes. Yeah, Ming. So, Ming, you should have 61 through 70 now. And then 5 stars should be 51 through 59. 51 through 59. David, there are only 4 Tuesdays in June. There are only 4 Tuesdays in June. Only 4 Tuesdays in June. All right, let's hit this. We got a ton of the epic saved up. My Katinga and Valdor are tier 4. How should I take them? Jerry, I preach and recommend the 5-7-9 method. Tier 5 at a minimum, which would be decent for PvE grinding. Tier 7 will take it to the next level for better warp range and better Armada performances. Tier 9 is mostly for those of you out there who want to do some level of PvP. You're going to want the extra officer slot, the extra hull health, and the extra DPR, obviously. So if you are out there, those are my method and my recommendations for 4-star, 5-star ships. If you are a spender, you can consider going up to tier 12. Or if you're a 5-star player, you can talk about maxing out, say, a Pylum or a Coronar. But for the average person, the 5-7-9 method is the most solid method to go for your individual runs. So, and Kishi, yeah, I've got to do my rep grinding. I'll probably do a lot of it tonight on stream. Don't forget, everybody, to activate your exocomps. I have 2 multi-purpose spots and my station, and my galaxy. So I'm going to have 3 exocomps running, and I'll have much grinding as I can do. My next lock is 15 billion away, so I'm a long way from my locks now. But I'm grinding, dual grinding Klingon and Klingon and Romulan up to the next rung. So we'll get there. We'll get there. We will get there. You don't have rep exocomps yet? You don't yet, Kishi. You start getting rep exocomps once you get the amalgam in the low 30s, and then you get rep exocomps. Low 30s. And right now, I'm essentially farming these Solar Armadas for points for the leaderboard and the SMS that we already saw. If you go into your Return of the Mega Cube, I actually do these. I'm currently in 2nd place. I don't know if I have enough to chase Woodstock. I'm gonna be honest with you. Woodstock has a massive lead. He's double my score. I would have to math out if I could even catch up to him or if it's even worth it. But yeah, I mean, for 6,000 extra, I don't know. Maybe I'll just hold on to 2nd place. But that's a big score. I'm assuming he also did expansion cubes, which I have not done. I have not done expansion cubes. And Destroy Borg Armadas, you see I'm getting 9,000 points for the epics that I'm currently running. And then I'm getting points for the directives that I'm spending. And then I can go grind out probes if I want to, but I no longer grind probes, if y'all remember. Probe grinding is a thing of the past for Rev. No longer do I probe grind. Raj is the only reason I hate doing Borg Armadas because I can't punch up without having to disco my Enterprise and Augur to the higher systems because of warp range issues. Technically, I'm not punching up. I'm kind of going horizontal. I'm only hitting 53s here, but I'm also farming them. Like I had a bunch of directives saved up. So I had a lot of directives saved up. Lots of directives saved up. Way too many. Way too many. But that's just because I haven't been doing a lot of the Borg solos. I'm mostly focused on the Dominion solos because they give me better stuff. No offense to Borg solos. You do want things for your fleet commanders, but I more want the materials and the officer shards that I get from the Dominion set than I do from the Borg set, which again is not bad. It's longer cooldowns, and I just feel like less in terms of rewards. Not bad rewards, just less. But both are good to do, and I will tell you that as you get more and more fleet commanders, you're going to want to do the Borg Solar Armadas. as you get more and more fleet commanders. So your hue is max. My hue is not max. No, but my hue is effective. No, my hue is not max. But at the same time, it's one of those that, like, I make the decision. Yes, do I want to max hue? Absolutely. But it comes down to time. Would I rather do Borg solo armadas, or would I rather do silent hostiles or Gorn? I would rather do those because I feel like they give me more value in the game. So, also, War Room, already finished mine. Has everybody else's alliance finished the War Room? Very curious how that's going for y'all. I know that's kind of like a little side conversation, but I am curious. And it says I need Fleet Commander 7 of 9. Well, that is something that you can start working on now in the Return of the Mega Cube store. If I remember right, she is. Wait, she's not in there? Oh, she's in the Incursion store. She's in the Incursion store. But I could be throwing my shards into Hue right now. I could throw them into Hue. Nothing else I want. Only halfway through your worm? I'm surprised. Especially lower levels getting such a huge bonus to their PvP hits. But, I mean, you got 7 days. So even if you're only halfway, you're halfway after 1 day. That's pretty good. Hey, Fantasy, good to see Chaos here. So if I get to 30,000, I can go ahead and grab another 5. It's a little expensive there, but you see there's where my Borg queue is. I'm 230 of 360 of that. I believe that's tier 4. Other than events, how do you get Hue shards? So the only way to get Hue shards is through the epic solo Armada turn-in for Borg. And that has a chance of paying out your Hue shards. The epic solo Armada turn-in for Borg, which I have earned a crap ton of the currency just sitting here. If you can get right there, that'd be great. Let's see who's over here. Bad Habit, Jean-Luc Picard. All right, we'll have to monitor that because I do want to place high on that SLB, but I do need a rep grind too. We have Locutus next Mega Cube event, and I have Locutus. I will say I don't use him very often. I have him for his always on abilities, but until I get the third Syndicate, either through the Syndicate or through the purchase store, the third Fleet Commander, I've got Captain Spock and Admiral Kirk. Both very good. Which, by the way, for your rep grinding, remember, very good for this one. Very good for this one. And you're right, Wolfwood. I did bring that up yesterday. And in my video, if y'all haven't seen yesterday's video, I did already pass that on to the dev teams as feedback. I do think this scoring for the War Room is much better for the average alliance for regular players. Obviously, I can't speak to how that affects politically everybody's servers because that's a whole nother can of worms. But I can say in terms of scoring, this benefits the majority. And I'm curious to see how that plays out for many of you out there in the galaxy. So let's go ahead and pull this while I've got it. And I'm sitting here. I do need more of that. I do need more of that. And I did finally unlock that. So obviously I want to tier it up. And we'll pull this one. And yeah. And then I am currently working on the Book of Costimogen. Slowly. Very, very slowly. Because I finished my eye and I have the Stone of Memory unlocked, even though I haven't finished maxing it out. Yeah, Syndicate XP is important. Hey, look at that. I am getting my Isolated Defense up in PvP up to another tier. I will attempt to mispronounce that. But see, these are the ones I'm currently working on or have yet to unlock. My Borg Queens remain finally getting there, but this has basically become irrelevant at this point in the game. And then I'm working on my Spirits, which is also essentially irrelevant, but I do it for a collection standpoint more than anything else. Hey, DMFL is hitting me with the Borg Cube. So that's a biggie cube. I mean, it's not the biggest cube I've seen, but it's big enough. It's big enough. Not the biggest I've seen, though. The biggest cube is actually Istio's maxed out cube, which is 100-something billion. 100-something billion. Really juicy. Oh. Somebody was coming for me. Bear was coming. Here's Bear's 12.5. So close. So close. How many days are going to be in Birmingham? 0. 0. The meetup that we're working on, because the Birmingham one was just too close and we couldn't get enough organized, is going to be Nashville, September 13th through September 15th. That's the meetup that we're planning. Everybody who's interested, Star Trek and our War Thunder fans technically, but Star Trek fans, doing a meetup. Hamster might be there, Obsidian Hamster. We're talking about having getting him there. But a lot of the Star Trek Fleet Command folks will be meeting up at a Star Trek convention in Nashville, Tennessee, technically Murfreesboro, September 13th through September 15th. And Viper is correct. Technically, Neelix will be there. Neelix will be there. All right, so let's go ahead and hit that button. I can actually upgrade my Talios, my last remaining part for my Talios. No, the wife surgery is not in Birmingham. The wife surgery is here in Louisiana. You think I would trust my wife with an Alabama doctor? You out your mind. I don't need any doctor yelling "Roll Tide" as they are cutting on my wife. No and no. So, no and no. What I do need to do is finish mining those so I can relocate to a deep space system in 5-star and start doing rep grinding there tonight. But we'll try to finish all of our other stuff beforehand, like these away team missions for your daily. For War Room, have one player with each team mine 5 million CLAT, then trade kills. Yep. Trading CLAT or OPC hunting Isogen is an easy way to finish your War Room. It is quite quick to finish the War Room. Quite quick. And then obviously the payouts are met until you get it leveled up. But again, easy to complete. And once you get leveled up, it will be juicy. Hey, AQ, how you doing, man? Good to see you as well, Patches. Good to see you, Patches. Yeah, Nashville 24. Major Samo is supposedly going to be there. He's our resident sommelier. That's cool. Can you say if there's one of those Voyager upgrade events coming up? I can say that there's not an event specifically for Voyager coming up, but there could be an event for upgrading specialty ships coming. We'll see. Could be. Could be. Maybe. Possible. Maybe. We'll see. Is it better if they yell War Eagle? Slightly better to yell War Eagle than Roll Tide. Slightly better. Slightly. Been upgrading yours as you go. Well, that's what I was actually telling the Arc Runner is, hey, I do that as well. But keep in mind, any of these upgrade events are typically going to be SLBs. And what are SLBs? I need all 300 people in the chat to write in right now. What is an SLB? It is a what type of event? Who is it for? Write it in the chat box. Right by your name or wherever it is. Write it right there. Write it right there. What type of event? Piper says spin. Kevin says spin. Silver says paid. Pico says spin. Adam says savers. Oh, you sweet summer child. So leaderboards, as everybody is rambling through with all of their responses, spend events. So there are very, very few solo leaderboards that aren't spend events. An example of a non-spend event solo leaderboard is actually this one right here, the FKR reputation event. And you can even argue that the Return of the Mega Cube SLB is not. This is literally a grinders event or hoarders event. Do they even have a pack? Correct me if I'm wrong. Is there a pack that sells Borg Solo Armada currency up right now? But heavy hitters, the FKR SLB, Return of the Mega Cube SLB, those are grinder SLBs, but most SLBs are spin. So I'm back from my mini holiday and ready for some War Thunder action. Yeah, War Thunder is tonight, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, roughly 4 hours from now. I'm actually showing off a new ship. It's technically not a new ship. It's a ship in the game that they release on the anniversary of its launching. It's the USS Des Moines. But the good folks at Gaijin/Snail gave it to me. So I will show y'all the Des Moines tonight. And it's pretty cool. It's available for like 2 more days in the game. So It exists, but nobody buys it because triple pulling pays out more directives. Thank you, meme. So in that essence, where it's inefficient to be a spender, I find most spenders don't spend. So then I would classify that as a grinder's leaderboard. So let me go ahead and upgrade this last piece. One last piece. Look at that. Bam. That's a lot of latinum. Good night. But now I am officially done with this and level locked. So I can't go any higher. Can't go any higher and I'm level locked. At least for now. But now my tier 9 Talios is maxed. You know, maxed for my level. Don't forget, everybody, you do have your bonus refinery currently going on. Make sure you're doing your big pulls. Make sure you're OPC hunting to get as many of these pulls as possible. Because who minds in 2024? We let people do that for us. Duh. And let's go ahead and do those pulls. I think you're both a grinder and a spender. John, you're one of the unique people who does both. Yes, this is absolutely true. You're one of the unique people who does both. We do with the Borg crest. We're going to turn the Meg Cube. Probably going to dump them into Hue. I'm going to dump them into getting more Hue shards. Because Hue is so hard to source, but he's so valuable to the game. I would argue that Hue is right up there still with Chapel as one of the most important officers in the game. So, still working on that route. Still working on that route. Yeah. Do you recommend holding the next month material spin events for juicy offers? I would say that there are multiple ways to spend your materials next month for upcoming things. So make that decision for yourself, Ryan. But there are multiple events next month that spending materials can get you things. So you might need extra. Save up. Or spend now. Yeah. Or spend now. Do whatever you want. I don't care. It's your money. I want it now. Technically, that's always true. Yeah, but you can tell how I'm saying things. It's a little bit different all the time. If you're paying attention. If you're paying attention. So. I have things I want to spend mats on, so yay, good. And you have plenty of opportunities to do that. I am mad. I have Cal and military supremacy that require me to hit 60 plus hostiles and the rep event. I literally cannot hit or reach level 60 faction ships with my Sanctus. So that means it wants you to go all the way out here. I can get there with my Voyager. How's your Voyager looking? How strong is your Voyager? How strong is your Voyager? Oh, I actually got there with my NX-01. But it sounds like your Sanctus is just too low tier, too low level. But well, Dark Torch, my camping at 49 video is still pretty much relevant from the day I launched it, with the exception of, you know, the new faction ships that have come into the game. Or I'm sorry, the new specialty ships that have come into the game. So AQ does bring up a good point for your cow and everything. You could auto grind these. Assuming you have Warp 500, you do have your level 60 Texas class hostiles. And good to see you, Dustin. Good to see you, Dustin. You also have level 60 freebooters right here. You can hit these. Now, obviously, these don't have anything to do with your faction, but you can hit these, and you can actually reach these pretty easily. They are tough. They are tough, but you do have those hostiles that are 60 that you can go after. So, let's see. I'm waiting for those miners to blow up, but I guess until then, we will go do my freebooters. Because tonight, when we do our STFC stream, we'll be mostly rep grinding. I'm pretty sure that's the plan. I don't know what y'all are going to be up to. Pretty sure I'm mostly going to be rep grinding. I'm going to go ahead and make the swap. Enterprise data. And then get Picard. And we'll just go do my freebooters real quickly. Yeah. Sanctus should smoke those freebooters are the problem. It's true. True. What Mega Cube Armadas are the harder ones again? I can't remember what it's called. Beam, you're here. Help me out. Which one's the harder one? Which one's the anti-interceptor one? Got high, what, accuracy values? We'll be taking second place away from you in the SLB. Wait, which SLB? Because Tavi, I've got a ton of solo directives. So which one? Which one? Which one, Tabby? Because you haven't even seen me start rep grinding yet. I'm gonna rep grind like a fiend. These numbers, baby numbers. I put up 1 billion last time. I'm gonna do it again. Maybe more. Yeah. You're not ready for this. You're not ready. You are not ready. The solo Armada one? Nah, I doubt you got more than me. I really doubt you got more directives laying around than me, but come on. Let's blow all of our hoarded stuff together. Let's see who hoards better. Let's see who's got more magazines from 1985 laying around. Let's do it. Me or Tavi? Who's got more magazines? Who's got more phone books? Who's the better hoarder? Let's do it. Let's do it. Who's the better hoarder? 50 minutes behind the live stream, just managed to max Strange New World Pike. Hey, congrats, Stefan. That's huge. Congratulations. When you hear this in 15 minutes, I read your comment. How many X cube directives do you have? A lot, Jerry. Here's how I know I have a lot, because I've literally never run one. Like, I've never personally launched one. So yeah, I've got a bunch. You tell me where that is in my item menu, because I don't feel like looking right now, and I'll go directly to it. So you tell me where it's at, and I'll go directly to it. You're 1 point. Very nice, John. Well, I mean, it's easy for you, John. You're level 60. Your dailies will get you to 1 billion points. Which was the whole point of like separating the brackets. Not only could 60 plus players buy rep with packs, also just their dailies pay out so much. You had to separate them from the 50s. So. California class event. Yay! So with the Monavine refit, can the Monavine with Pipe Rotal anything level 16 under? You can kind of already do that without the refit. So. Yeah. Oh, man. Jerry, did you figure out where it's at so I can go put it on screen real quick? Figure out where it's at. I'll put it on screen and we can see how many of those directives I'm sitting on. Who has more boost juice? Boost juice for what? Which that reminds me, I've not activated my Cerritos. Y'all remind me tonight when we do our stream on Twitch. We're doing our rep grinding there probably. Y'all remind me to use my Cerritos so I can get those Cerrito shards now that I've got it to tier 12. I need those special Culver particles. Do you still think Enterprise E Picard the good second grinder? Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Abso-heckin-lutely. Yes and yes. Go ahead and recall you. The Corner are the best ship for Klingon rep grinding? I mean, it's the 46s are the best 4-star ships for rep grinding, yes. Because they have the loot bonus. They all have the same bonus to improve the amount of rep that they earn or the amount of loot that hostiles drop. But all three of them have that same thing. So it's not a unique thing to... Oh, screw it. I'm going to collect all of these. just for the event. Cling, cling, cling. But with you being level 60, you can grind deeper with your Sanctus than you can with a Coronar anyway. So. And click, click. All right, so what have we not done? We did our Q's trials. We still got to do that. We'll do that tonight. So we'll get faction allegiance done. I guess I could mine if I really want to get some more rep in that way. I get crazy and become a miner. Hey, I love you too, Mateo. I love our community. Our community is one of the nicest, most amazing communities in this game. Go ahead and recall that. Of course, Ryan, we are doing War Thunder tonight. In fact, I'm showing off a ship that is only available for a limited time. It is a purchased ship, FYI. But I am going to show off the USS Des Moines tonight, which I'm really excited about because I really love the Navy aspect of War Thunder. I know most of us, we usually just play boats or planes, but I love the Navy aspect of it. So I'll be doing that. I'll be doing it tonight. Ah, screw it. Freaking Jerry made me curious. Now I've got to go look. Is that under other for the directives? There's Mega Cube directives. All right, Dominion. Where are they at? Borg Armada. Tactical mandates. There's my solo. All right, so I've got 7,000 expansion cube, 13,000 remaining epics, and 6,000 remaining rares. What you sitting on there, Tavi? Show me your newspapers. Show me your total newspapers. What you sitting on there, big boss man? Let me see them. What question do you have specifically, Erwin? Does Stranger World Pelia lower deck ability work against shipyard armadas? Her ability works everywhere. Hold, please. Okay, Tabby. Okay, you let me know what you're sitting at so we can compare. Will you ever make a Star Trek themed music video? Probably not, Mateo. No. No. Unlikely. Unlikely. I'm not that talented. I'm good enough to teach you how to play a video game. Not good enough to make a music video. Go Navy. Hey, come play War Thunder with us. Just saying. It's a fun game. My tier 8 Pylum at Ops 47, 45 million out the dock. Nice. My tier 10 Pylum, 87 million. Let's pull her out the dock. 86 million out the dock. There's my tier 10 Pylum. It's a fresh tier 10. No upgrades. Tier 10 Pylum. Tier 10 Pylum. 86.6 million. She's beautiful. Gorgeous bird. Look at her. Be jelly. Worked hard on her. 86.6. Yeah. There you go. What level's that Cascade? Honestly, not super high, but here's my tier 5 Metreon Cascade. And you see, I am a long way away from tier 6. But I've honestly gotten most of what I wanted from my Cascade, right? The biggest thing you want from your Metreon Cascade is the whole health bonus and the damage versus hostiles. This is fine, but it's not as super important. So now I'm probably going to switch back to upgrading my whip. Even though I don't really care about the protected cargo, upgrading the whip will increase the amount that I get from using the whip refinery. So it's not that upgrading the Metreon Cascade past tier 5 is pointless, but keep in mind that the Metreon Cascade has got, 12 tiers, but it maxes out the hull health bonus at 2100. So I've only got 450% left of hull health that I will get by maxing out the Cascade. So you can tell my methodology, my thinking is generally more free to play / light spender. And 7 more tiers is only going to give me 454%, which is still good, but you might want to switch to other things in the meantime or save for other things. For example, I'm working on my time crystal, which I want to have my time crystal for my Borcha As soon as my Vortex comes out, time crystal. And most people are gonna be like, oh, what's a PvP one? I actually saw somebody in another Discord getting shamed one time. There's things, like, remember that this value, this whole health value is there no matter what, whether you're PvPing or not. So I'm gonna be putting this on my Vortex, and it's gonna have a massive whole health boost. Here, let's hit this button. See, the whole health boost maxes out at 3,000%, but even if I only take it to tier 5, like my Meteor Cascade, 1,300%. And sure, you get 800% bonus versus players, but I didn't even do the level, but sorry. Almost 2,000% at tier 5 for the time crystal. And that's not even halfway through tiering it. So I want to put those massive hull bonuses on my ship. So that's why I'm working on the time crystal right now. Now keep in mind, I can only do that because I have the Ferengi Whip. And yes, the Ferengi Whip should be free to playable. There needs to be a path to the rare FTs like the Ferengi Whip, like the dual photon warhead, etc. Absolutely agree. 100% should. And I'm continually arguing for that. For anybody curious, I am constantly arguing that players need to have the ability to free to play grind these because they're so important. If you are out there and you're saying, hey, I'm willing to spend $50 on the game. If you're level 40 plus, the Ferengi Whip and the dual photon warheads are worth it because it allows you to do things like I'm doing, which is go after the time crystal. But if you're a pure free to play player, be throwing everything into your Metreon Cascade to at least tier 5. And then maybe looking at some of the other ones that you can unlock free to play and going, okay, well, what can I do with these? Right? Technically, you can unlock the time crystal. What are you doing, Swagger? That is a big pylum. That's a big pylum. Here, I want to go visit your big pylum. Don't move, Swagger. Get over here. Move. He might have a PvP crew on his about to. Oh, I sent the wrong ship. Okay, nobody saw that. Ignore that. That didn't happen. I did not send the wrong ship. Nobody saw that happen. Nobody saw it. Ignore. I sent the right ship the first time. I sent the right ship the first time. Never happened. And we dinged him 10%. Like I said, he's got Carol Freeman already. There's his Lorca, and his Honor Guard Wharf is good. It's good. Shout out to Swagger. Swagger and I used to be in the same alliance. Oh, I can't two-tap that. He's got better crew than I do. He's got better crew than I do. Maybe if I had one of those PvP exocomps. Or I'm sorry, PvP Forbidden Technologies, maybe. But, nah. See, my Wharf, 60% to his 75. My Lorca, 70 to his 75. I just got lower tier officers. And he obviously got a significant health bonus. And also, look what he's doing below decks. Look at this. Isolated defense against players. Here Nerys, critical hit chance reduction, 15%. And he's running Assimilate. And he's got Isolated Cascade for tertiary adjunct. This man's running a full PvP loadout. Below decks and above decks. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. What's up, Rack? How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. Bad crew video tomorrow. Hey, sending the wrong ship by accident does not qualify for bad crews. Does not qualify. Somebody sent out the wrong ship. Yeah, I probably should put that on a t-shirt. I probably should. Is Swagger in GC? He's not. Yeah, 100 million. That's I'm jealous. Now he does have a tier on me, so that's a tier 11 pylum versus my tier 10. But I mean, he put a full PvP loadout on it, so you just compare them side by side. So he's got 16 mil power on me, but the biggest difference is the officers. What's his Cascade at? Oh, we have the same tier 5 Cascade. But the biggest thing here, besides the tier, is he put all the effort needed into loading out his below decks for PvP. So, pretty good job. Yeah, what not to do. The Rev News story. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, very nice, Swagger. Good to see you. If you're in the chat, pipe up. Pipe up. If you're in the chat. I don't know if you're here or not, but I'm gonna hit you with my OP NX-01. Super OP. It's the most OP of all my OPs. Such an OP ship. Cloak ship just came in. What, swaggers? I mean, if he hits me OPC, that's fine. Remember, the t-shirt says OPC is OPC. What's happening next month, Rack? You know I can't tell you that. Uh-oh. Okay, Bear's watching the stream apparently. And Bear's got a very sexy. Holy crap, I love that skin. Very sexy Defiant. Also running a good PvP crew. And I can't see his below decks because he left. But running Billups, which obviously, yummy, yummy. Opponent Interceptor, any player's hull breach. Increases your isolated cascade. That's super valuable. And then hull breach, more shots. And then finally, last but certainly not least, Garrick with his critical hit chance. So that Section 31 skin on that is gorgeous, Bear, if you're watching. If you're not watching, and that was the most weird coinky dink of all time, well, you suck. No, I'm just kidding. Somebody's gonna clip that and send it to him. 30 more days and you'll have it. Very nice. I'm working on the Talio skin. That's the one I am working on. Okay, so I'm actually about to use my Enterprise for something. Oh wait, before I do that, I actually have to go grind Silent Hostiles. Gotta go grind Silence real quick. And then we can relocate up to the north. Then we can relocate. Wow. Gosh. Shout out to Swagger. Shout out to Swagger. Good to see him. I've actually already given out hints, Rack, but I'm not hyping up June. Somebody told me that I was hyping up May, which I have no idea how I hyped up May, so I'm definitely not going to hype up June. I'm not going to get accused of hyping up anything. I don't have Picard Hugh on this account, Irwin, but I mean, we know how he works. But no, I haven't unlocked him on this account. I could do it through the refinery. I mean, meh. He's just okay. He's okay. Hey, Lisa, how you doing? Hope you're having a great day. There you go. I'll do a little bit. I'll start working on them just for y'all. Just for y'all. Clear. We're going to wait for that one. We'll do that one. So. All right. We've done that. I'll go ahead and just do this. Always need tritanium. Always need dilithium. Researches be a pain in the backside. So. Let's see. What about cloaks next month? What about them? What about cloaks? All right, let's start smacking things. Let's get all these silence looted up. Let's get these silence looted up. I'll say this, man. In terms of hints, earlier in today's stream, if there was a Scopely employee watching, they're pretty pissed because I definitely said something that's coming next month. Like verbatim. Drev do selling footwear soon? Nope. Nope. Don't boo me, Sugar Fat Man. You know good and well I hit the 49s, but there's nobody here. There's no reason for me to clear the system when nobody's here. But if there's people here, you know good and well I hit the 49. Don't you do that with me. Do you think June is going to be a good month or a meh month? Meh. Oops. I unplugged my headset. That's not good. That doesn't mean I think June's gonna be bad, but I do have a very meh feeling about June. Doesn't mean it's bad. I think it's meh. I think it's meh. But we'll see what y'all think. Is it quality? Depends on what you define as quality. May has gotten the highest quality voting of any survey we've done so far, which, by the way, if you have not done the survey, today is the last day to get it in. You need to make sure y'all get y'all's opinion in. We've not hit 2,000 people yet. So if you haven't done the survey, go do it in. So far, this month actually has the highest quality score we've seen so far. It's still not majority quality, but it's the highest quality score we've seen players submit so far. That's what May is. And I don't think May was a great month. So. Murphy, I don't think that they've shared the event calendar with the VIPs. They shared it with us today, but they may have. They may have. Yeah. But anyway, what's with the random shoe comment? Where did that come from? Is that supposed to mean something? Am I supposed to know what that means? I think I'm supposed to know what that means. Do you think they'll ever allow us to see with each rep kill, is with all the modifiers without having to do all the math themselves? Probably not. No. Probably not. No. I mean, you can kind of rough math it yourself based on the bonuses and knowing it, like you said. Will they ever display that? Probably not. I actually did bring that up, how it'd be nice to see. But very nice, Viper. Very nice. Very, very nice of you. Yeah. Total says rewatch at the start of the stream. You can do that. Remember, if you watch the stream, hit the like button, hit subscribe. It helps. All right. There's not enough 46s spawn us. Let's go hit some of these 49s. You see the banner from any points you give them real quick? You can see the banner. Yeah. That's something out of a Tron movie. Mad Melly, are you referring to that disco skin that we saw? I'm sorry, that Defiant skin we saw from Behringer? Because it is absolutely stunning. It is beautiful. It's a beautiful skin. Any chance of Scopely updating the Borg event? So lackluster of rewards and desperation need of road decks? I guess it depends on what you're talking about, Brigadier Jones, because I feel like the Borg Mega Cube, which just got updated last year, has very relevant rewards for most players. I mean, I guess it just depends on the player. Because I haven't maxed out Hue yet. Still relevant to me. I guess it does depend on the individual player, Brigadier Jones. Higher levels are obviously going to have completed and unlocked a lot more things than a lower level player has. There's a system with higher level Borg hostiles. There are higher probe systems, yes, Mateo. Are you talking about Borg probes? Ooh, almost forgot about this. Bull. Please give me rare direct. Fudge sickles on toast. Fudge sickles on toast. I was really, truly hoping I'd get something else there. Takeover. Somebody please message me in 2.5 hours to remind me to do that. I need to finish that battle pass. Somebody please, I'm asking anybody to message me and remind me to attend my takeover. I really need to do that. Somebody please remind me. All right, 16,000. Y'all make sure y'all do this. This is part of your 14 uncommon directives that you get each month and part of your, 4 to 6 rares you get each month. Make sure you're doing your Crucible of War. And you want to do it inside the timers. You can pull this twice. That's the meta. You want to try to pull that twice. And I'll do that one. Hold on, let me finish this, Mateo, and I'll show you where those Borg are that you're asking about. Please, epic directives. I'll take it. All right. Do this and collect this. All right, now we're done. All right, so the Borg probe events beyond 33s. If you want to do a Borg probe stronger than 33, they start over here at Solus Daven 36. Now, you do need your transwarp cells to get there, but starting here is where the bigger Borg probes are, going all the way up to 58s. So, these are more common. Some of the officers already have and max, but it's possible if they put officers in that we don't have, like Tau. But Tau has nothing to do with Borg, right? So, like, why would Tau get added into the Borg Mega Cube run? Like, I'm not saying that Tau doesn't need sourcing. He does, but you shouldn't throw him somewhere just for the sake of throwing him somewhere. No problem, Mateo. Happy to be of service. Happy to be of service. Are they letting y'all do early release hint like the day before? Yeah. I mean, to my knowledge, they are. I'm not aware of them retracting that. Well, Sam, you can't message me now. You got to message me in 2.5 hours, Sam. You got to message me in 2.5 hours. Set a timer. Ah. Hi. 7 of 9 could be added. I mean, you can make an argument for 7 of 9. But, yeah, I get that things need sourcing, but that doesn't mean we just need to throw sourcing out there. But the officer flash pass thoughts on idea if you have those officers max, if we got Galactic recruit tokens instead of like transporter patterns. To basically make a separate flash pass. I do think they should cater events, flash passes, etc. to certain levels. I mean, if you're 60 plus, your flash pass probably doesn't need the same officers as the level 30 flash pass. So. Yeah. All right. Let me clear some of these 49s out so we can get some 46s to spawn as we collect our currency, which as long as I can get a couple days worth, that's good. Ask your voice assistant to remind you. I don't use one of those. Excuse me for being stuck in like 2008. I got my magic 8-ball, aka our Scopely employee. Are birds real? Ask again later. Told you, birds were a creation of the government. They're not real. Birds aren't real. Haven't been for years. So. Survey done. Thank you, Jerry. And please shout it out to your alliance mates. We need as many people to finish the survey as possible by the end of the day. That way we can give it to the overlords with our meeting tomorrow. So get it in while you can. Your opinion does matter. Whether it's a good opinion or a negative opinion, I have to have it to give it to the overlords. So put it in there. Thank you, Jerry. Appreciate it. I'm G5 and have a Data and Picard Bev Max. Odo already tier 4. Officers Month don't help me, but others for sure. But that's the thing, Kevin. Like, I would say that flash passes tend to be geared towards low spending players, where Odo has no sourcing, so they probably don't have him, or he's tier 1. I think mine's tier 1. Enterprise E Data, no real sourcing besides the holodeck and then the Gorn Eviscerator, which doesn't have a free-to-play path. I'd say for most people, this is a good flash pass, but doesn't have much value to somebody who's a spender, right? Hey, Peter, how are you doing? Will there be an update to the sarcophagus? There has been a couple of small updates, but I don't know of any big ones. And the one research update they did is pointless. Literally a useless research. But, yeah. Government drones, they are government drones. Birds are not real. They are government drones. If you didn't know, I'm here to inform you. You have headaches? Caffeine may help. Drink some caffeine. Or if you drink too much caffeine and you're not drinking it today, that might be why. Who knows? I am not a doctor. All I know is birds aren't real. That's all I know. That's all I know. Birds aren't real. All right, let's see. You got another 49 battleship. I'll go ahead and hit that for people. What is your opinion on Asmongold? I have no opinion on Asmongold. I know who he is. Like, I know he's a big YouTuber. Am I supposed to have an opinion on him? Like, I don't watch him. I know he's my age. But, yeah. Most of the content creators I deal with and interact with are smaller like me. He's a Texan? Okay, I'm not Texan. Oh. For crew using as a silence, I am using my isolytic build. So this is the main crew. There's your below decks. So Enterprise E Data, Enterprise E Picard, Janeway, and then Hugh, Belana Torres, Nurse Chapel, Tom Paris, and then Odo. Yeah, I just said I'm not a Texan. I'm not a Texan. I would never claim to be that which I am not. I am not a Texan. I do like Whataburger. This is true, Ryan. Whataburger is a very good fast food restaurant. If you're into clogged arteries, I would recommend Whataburger. It is a good American experience. So, I'm borderline American. Wow, thank you. What are your thoughts on Picard Q and the fact you need epic export credits to tier him? Again, I don't really feel like he's that good in the game. And we've run the math on him. I think he's meh, which is why I haven't gone after him. He's okay. But again, for all the things that you can do and go after and focusing in the game, especially all the things that epic export credits can focus on, I feel like he's at the end of the list. So I feel like he's at the end of the list. But that's just my personal opinion on him. I don't feel like he moves the needle enough to go after him. I feel like he'd need to be maxed to move the needle for most people anyway. So I'm very L on him. Thank you, Captain Zap. So I've tried that crew, but it doesn't give as much as Janeway, Doc, Phlox, etc. Blah, 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 blah. Maybe for you, Justin. This is my most effective crew. But again, research, etc., etc. I mean, I am also going for a loot-based run here. So, and I don't have EMH Doc over here because I've got the Doc over on ship B. But that would also help my loot run, if I had Doc. Henris, I feel like you ask that all the time. I feel like you ask that all the time. Officer levels and research makes a difference. It does. It does. And again, that's what makes your choice of like what you focus on so difficult. Like Q is a must. Like I tell people that Borg solo armadas are a must do in the early 40s so that you can get Hugh. But now that I'm at 50, it doesn't have the same importance because of all the other things that are coming out. Like I need temporal artifacts. Like that's a must do. So solo Borgs have taken a back seat. And then as far as my epic currencies, there are other things that are far more important for my epic currencies. For example, here I'll show you. We're talking about epic X Borg currency. Like I don't have opportunity chip boost maxed out. That's way more important, in my opinion, than going after Picard Hugh. There also are boxes that cost things like my Forbidden Tech. This, to me, is more important because I want to upgrade my Metron Cascade. I want to upgrade my whip. Well, I need this for that. Also, unlocking the NX-01's skin, the refit skin, is more important. I'm not saying don't ever go after Picard Hugh. Just for me, he's lower on the importance list. And he's an okay officer. Mathematically, he helps. But he's meh. Like, I think it's good to have, but it's not so much that I'm going, like, it's not enough that I'm focusing on him in terms of unlocking and sourcing. Which Hugh is better? Oh, that's not even a debate. Borg Hugh is better. This is better. But that doesn't mean that Picard Hugh is bad. Absolutely not. Picard Hugh is not bad. Borg Hugh is just better. And eventually I will get Picard Hugh. But right now I've got too many other things that it's a better investment of my time and my resources to dump things into even upgrading my NX-01, which is currently tier 5, almost a fresh tier 5. And you see I start needing epic credits for certain components here. And I want to get to tier 6 so I can change up my cheese crews. Yeah, I need rares, uncommons, rares, uncommons. It just depends on where you're at and like what specifically you need in your game. Which is why it becomes so difficult to give generic advice out to people. So, how high can a tier 1 NX hit with that crew? Depends on a few different variables, but we did put up the chart, which kind of gives you an idea. Let me see if I can go grab that chart real quick. Where's it at? Here you go. The chart kind of gives you a basic idea of how high you can hit because it's based on your whole health and like your mitigation and everything. But the chart kind of goes through the various expectations. I'd say most people with an NX-01 tier 1, you're probably punching up to 46-ish, somewhere in there. You're not doing like the 57s like I am. So, yeah. Jesus says Sarcophagus Crew, Strike Team Lon, Emperor Giorgio, Strike Team Una. Sarcophagus Crew is don't use the sarcophagus. That's the Sark crew. Don't bother using the sarcophagus. That's my personal sarcophagus recommendation. Don't use it. So, I know it's negative. I didn't feel like it was very good when it came out. I'm not good for it now. McCall says, I'm excited to get Hugh tomorrow. If it wasn't for that SLB with him, I'd still be months away. Curious to see how much he'll help with my heavy transport grind. Not a ton with the heavy transport grind because that only has one weapon. That ship only has one weapon, but he will help. Then the higher tier, the better he gets, obviously. I'm more curious about Picard Hugh, though. He's good because of currency, which is needed tier. Hey, but that's the thing, Erwin. We've run the math on him. He's just not that great. He's okay. He's okay. I think the other content creators have also... There's a chart somewhere in my Discord with it, but he's meh. I'm not saying don't go after him. I'm just saying that things like opportunity chips and upgrading your NX-01 are more valuable. And then getting him is something good if you have that currency laying around. Is this new monthly pass to give us the free wrap of the Gorn Hunter ship? Nope. Not at all. Nope. Gorn is over with. Gorn Invasion is done. So what you're getting next month is something completely different. Completely different. You got a new month of something coming up. New month. It's got the NX-01. You were able to punch up the 50s out of the box. Now up to 53s. Is it really that high silver tab? I thought it was like 46, 48. But you know what? If you can do 50 out the box with the NX-01 tier 1 using the cheese crew for Leslie, that's great. That's great. All right, I think we've done everything I needed to do down here. So now we're going to prep for later. And how we prep is put that outside and we come out here. And I think it's Mateo. We're going to spy the system. Yeah, Creteo. We're going to recall. Then we are going to relocate. Bam. Now we're going to start prepping for rep grinding later. Congrats, and Hani, on unlocking Borg Q. That is awesome. Congratulations. All right, so I'm going to keep this crew the same. No, I'm not. I'm actually changing this crew. I'm going full rep. Bloop. I'm going to change that to that. I'm going to come over here. We're going to make this my Voyager crew. And I'm not going to make it as efficient as possible. I'm just going to full synergize it with Harry Kim being a rep booster right there. And then I will just use this crew on the Coronar. And those will be the 3 ships that I use. These will be the 3 ships that I use. And I do have that below decks, as you can see. These will be the 3 that I use tonight as we do our rep grinding. Those 3 ships. And I'm going to go ahead and roll back. If we don't have Leslie, then how do I get Leslie? I cover that in the video, Dawn. I don't know if you've watched that video. But he is available in the Elite Federation Recruits. The Elite Federation Recruits. But I do have a video about that crew, how to unlock it, and how to use it. You often use those below deck cargo type officers, only on like cargo ships. That was Zoomy. Who's that? Fins, I'm so jealous. They've got a Vorcha. So jealous. Using a speed crew, but still jealous, Fins. Still very jealous. I have hit one of my goals though, FYI. Leslie also is in one of the Crucible of War recruits. Correct, Ryan. I did hit one of my goals though. So if we scroll all the way down here, I now have both my Northcut and my Vorcha out of the gate are over 100 million power. That was a goal of one of mine. If y'all remember just a few weeks ago, that Vorcha was only about 90 million power. Now out of the gate, 102.5 million. That won't even count when I start tiering it up. I've been working on a lot of research to help with that. So very heckin' excited. Very heckin' excited. Heckin' heckers. I'm really and excited. Here, since you don't use Una instead of JTK on Crazy World Crew for faster impulse. But generally, Pip, I don't have to worry about competition of people. We'll see if that's the case tonight. But generally, there's not going to be anybody really fighting me for it, and I can do it myself. But we'll see. See, obviously, right now, we have some red reticles in here. But let's see. That gives me, with no exos or anything active, that gave me 370,000. Oh, shoot. Who the heck? Oh, God, Bear. Oh, scared the piss out of me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Freaking cube out of nowhere. Oh. Anybody ever get scared of cubes randomly coming in and just beaming people? Good God. Well, at least we know my Admiral watches this channel. Woof. Whew. Heart attack. Good Lord. A wild Borg cube appears. Yeah, especially with that new skin that allows it to instantly appear somewhere. I'm like, oh, crap. Oh. I don't have the skin. My Borg cube basically never gets used. I don't even upgrade it right now because of the cost. Because my Tribune is taking up my cost right now. The Tribune's getting my focus. So my Tribune, my goal is to get it to tier 9. And then I'll switch to the Borg cube. So now I just need a spend event to do that with. Go back to Picard Q. Did you test him combined with X-Borg Emergency Protocol? Yes, sir. Oh, there's Fins in the speed crew. Fins, you coming for me? Hey, Fins. You know there's a Borg cube that's watching you right now. I'm just saying, there's a Borg cube that's watching you. Borg cube, come to my defense! Borg cube, I summon you! I didn't summon it fast enough. Dang, too bad it doesn't work like a disco works. Oh well. Oh well, we'll just repair with the kabillion speed ups I have saved. You know, that base is just sitting there open. I'm surprised one of our 60 doesn't come and just smack it. What all's in it? Mostly miners and a repairing torch off. So, when do you FKR grind? Right where I'm at right now. Corteo. I think there's a deeper system. Is it? I think Barbary is also a. I'll just warp there real quick. I'm pretty sure Barbary is also a host system. But I usually do the 52s just because I can grind through a lot of them faster. I'm pretty sure Barbary or Bearbury is also a housing system. But it's, for me, it's a combination of, like, because remember, my weakest ship is the Coronar. So I don't want to get too strong where my Coronar is not super effective. Because I want to be able to use 3 at a time and just bang, 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 and spam them. So that's why I'm at Corteo is 52. The 54s I can do, but you definitely start seeing the Coronar lag behind. And I don't want to just start upgrading the Coronar, right? Coronar is only tier 7. We're not really going to upgrade it because that's going to eat up the rare ore and stuff that I need for other things. So it just sits at tier 7. I could take it to maybe tier 8, maybe even up to tier 9 potentially, but it's just not on the focal point. So staying Corteo allows me to keep 3 ships going all at one time, and that's better than me punching higher. For me, at least in my math, it varies player to player. But you could go up to relocate up here and grind 56s, 57s, etc. But I grind the 51 through 53s and find that I can do easier. And technically, I could actually do 4 ships. With the 51s, I could use my Katinga with Pipe Moreau Chin on it against the 51s and do very, very well. But I 3 ship it. Yeah, this is also a hub system. Also don't like this one because it has explorers. And for those that remember, surveys pay out the most. So that gives me 53,000, but this only gives me 26,000. And if you compare that to what I already have in this system, this gives me 43,000. So even the 51s are paying out more than the Explorers do. And this system is only surveys. So it's another reason that I do Criteo and other systems like it, because it's only surveys. And up into G6, that's your best strategy, is farming the surveys. They do less damage and give more rep. So double whammy of positive. Why always farm these systems instead of going after the others? So FYI, for those who are watching, make sure you hit the like button and join the Discord. Looks like a thumb. I've never built a Coronar, only use my Pylum. So the reason that it's so big for me to use Pylum and Coronar, and again, I realize that these have less value as time has gone on, but it's Empire tax. So this is 90% more rep, which adds into my exocomms and the loot bonus I'm getting from Picard. That's 120, so that's 210 between the two of them. And then you add in all the other bonuses. So it's the Empire tax, right? Like that gives more rep. So I still use the 46s very heavily in my grind process. And also why I use it, over the Katinga, even though Katinga is cheaper to use. It's exactly like Kevin says, like having 5 of 11 built into your ship. And that's just really nice. That's just really nice. All right, Bear, I see it. So, the value is, again, based on what you can grind effectively. I always recommend somebody grinding more of a trader. I know that takes more time, but again, getting a system like this where you can grind the traders, getting a system like this where you can focus on, going after something lower level, but getting more from it because you're focusing on a trader instead of an explorer or a battleship or an interceptor, is just a more viable strategy. So if we're talking about how anybody out there can get the best out of this FKR leaderboard, it's doing stuff like I'm doing. Relocating to a deep space system if you're in the 40s or 50s and grinding these out. So even if you're a level 39 player, you have access to deep space. One of the early systems that you can relocate to is going to be here. New Calgary. I used to grind in New Calgary a lot. Now I know it has interceptors there, which is kind of annoying, but you can relocate to these systems. This is a hub system. Wrong one, I need the hostile one. But if you're looking for places like you're level 39, get out here to New Calgary, relocate your base, and grind those traders in New Calgary. Right? These are the things that will help you score higher on the leaderboard. And if you are willing to put in the time over those 2 days, you're going to score higher win. So anyway, that's the strategies of how I scored number 1 on my leaderboard this last time around, and how I'm going to try to work on doing. I want to at least get top 5 this time around. I don't know if I'll go as hard this time, but I'll go top 5 for sure. Now, Peter says Soul are better, I think. Not better than this. So right here, 29,000. Again, depends on what you're doing. But Soul, you can't relocate to, and Soul has heavies, which not everybody can hit a lot of, only 9,000, right? And then over here, only 9,000. And you can't relocate there. Now, if you want to look at what New Calgary pays out, again, I took advantage of New Calgary because New Calgary is a system that I can live in, which also means that if somebody like that DMFL or EXO person, EXO, is that the bad guys? Oh, you remember Epic, them. That's the advantage, is I'm at my base, I can shield. But this 42, give me 4,800. 43 is giving me 5,100, but I can base here and run multiple ships, and I don't have to worry about heavies being too hard for most of my ships. Because even a level 39 player with, say, a maxed Enterprise running Pipe Moreau Talon is not killing 30 heavy traders. But they can come here and kill 30 Federation traders right here. That's more rep numerically, right? So finding a system that you can relocate to and host in is more beneficial than grinding a capital system. Now, the capital system advantage is, remember, level 47, I think, and above hostiles drop uncommon 4-star BPs. I think it's 49 and above drop rares. So you can get, in Soul, you can get Katinga and Newton blueprints, which is good. I mean, everybody likes that. Yay, more things. But if you're talking about rep grinding, the most efficient strategy is taking 3, 4, whatever ships, going to a system like this, relocating your base, and just grinding. popping your exocomps. Remember, you can have 3 exocomps per rep going at one time. Federation, or let's just say Romulan, 100 Romulan there. Then I'll have to do the same thing with another Romulan. So I got 100. Okay, that's 70. And if I want to get really crazy, I'll come down here with my Romulan. 40, that's 210%. But if you want to be as efficient as possible, you would do a 100% one for Romulan, a 100% one for Klingon, for me, and then a 70% one. Stack, stack, stack. It just depends on how efficient you want to be. Exactly what Anthony's saying. Kills per hole is important. If you can kill 10 for 30k each or 30 for 20k each, go for quantity, not quality. Exactly. Right? It just depends on how into this you want to be. And tonight, that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to have my Fleet Commander Kirk active with the Klingon reputation. I'm going to have 3 exocomps going. And I'm going to have 3 ships, all grinding traders, assuming my enemies let me. But again, that's your big strategies if you're out there. And then, of course, using 46 ships if you are level 46 and above. Using the bonus from those ships to get even more reputation. Hey, he's coming back. I see ya. Oh, got smacked. Oh, there was a Titan waiting. Oh, there was a Titan waiting. Look at it. Look at the Titan. Look at it. Oh, Bear got you. You better shield. You better shield. Okay, that was funny. That was funny. Shout out to Finns for trying to be competitive, though. I'm not shaming Finns. I appreciate Finns being competitive in the war. Shout out to DMFL there. But that cloak Titan said, nah, It's like Mutombo, the basketball player from the 90s. Love it. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. You got to find the little joys in the game. Little joys. Ari says, level 28, what tier about should I take the Stella before scrapping and repeat? So the Stella strat comes down to go to the highest tier that you have access of the map. So if you can only do uncommons, that's tier 4-ish, then you're maxing that out at tier 4, level 20, and scrapping. You get rares, I think that's tier 7, then you're scrapping. Epics, tier 9, 45, then you're scrapping. So, shout out to Finns, by the way. I do appreciate bad guys, and I say bad guys because they're my enemy. Appreciate bad guys who put up a fight. Always good. Always good. War's never fun when it's just like 5 people participating. Nicholas says, more rep per hurl or more rep per kill? I take more rep per kill. Used to kill 56 with my pylum. Was only 8 on a hull, but with full loot crew is way better and faster than grinding 52s. And Nicholas, I would say that, generally speaking, yes, unless you are doing what I'm doing, which is for an FKR leaderboard. Which means that I want to have survivability and use multiple ships at a time. Because I limit myself how many 56s can I kill with something besides my pylum is my counter to that. Because when I rep grind for this SLB, I'm using 3 to 4 ships. Can all 4 of my ships kill the 56? No. But can all 4 of my ships kill the 51s? Yes. Which means that I'm now multiplying that by 4 ships. Now that is more work, and I'm only talking about this as a leaderboard strategy. If you're just trying to grind reputation, like you're trying to get to 15 billion rep, absolutely. Take your 1 ship out there on a random Friday night. You've got nothing to do. You have a glass of wine and you grind rep it with 1 ship against 56s. But against leaderboards, where you're competing against your friends, enemies, whatever, more ships is better for the time that you're investing into that activity. Does that make sense, Nicholas? Definitely not negating your math that, a 56 compared to a 51 is more valuable. But the fact that I can multiply my 51s by 4 or 3 makes it more valuable because I'm going to spend the same amount of time regardless, right? Like if I decide I want to participate in that SLB, well, then maybe I'm going to grind 1 hour that night. And that entire hour is nothing but rep grinding. But then I'm just going to sit here, ship 1, spacebar, hit. Ship 2, spacebar, hit. Ship 3, spacebar, hit, right? And that's more rep in total. Hey, Talon's here. What's up, Talon? What's up, Talon? Talon too slow. Speed up, Talon. Get faster. But that's more valuable for the SLB. I'm going to have 4 ships going. That's going to equate to more total. So you hate grinding though. I get you. I get you. For me, it's just how much rep can I get in a time frame. It's not even about like rep per point, like per kill, or even rep per hole. It's rep per time. How much rep can I get in 1 hour if I'm saying that I want to grind 1 hour for this SLB? And mathematically, I'm going to get more using 4 ships against 52s and 53s than just taking my Tribune out to 56s. But again, that's a very unique circumstance. And that's just me. Maybe it is better for you, but instead of looking at it rep per hole or rep per kill, I'm looking at it at rep per time investment. And if I know I'm going to spend an hour tonight on twitch.tv/RevDeuce, I'm going to get more rep using 4 ships. But you also have a good point that rep grinding sucks. I've said it a lot. Rep grinding is the most boring thing in this game. It is literally chasing red triangles over and over and over for hours on end. It's the most boring part of this game because it's not even a different red triangle. It's the same red triangle over and over in the same system. So absolutely get you from that perspective. But I'm trying to get as much as I can in a time frame, and that gets me the most in the time frame. Now, honestly, Nicholas, you are maybe right that I could go up to, what was it, here? Yeah, this one. Or even out here. That one. But if I'm waves or work, see, I love waves. But I also, Anthony, am in an alliance that is dedicated and good at doing waves. Right? Hey, Fins is coming back. Shout out Fins. Appreciate you being combative. But oh, Bear's chasing the Rialta. Okay, that's funny. Yeah, it's the Rialta of Doom. We must attack the Rialta of Doom. Okay. But yeah, rep grinding is something that I just detest. But there is something about me that loves grinders leaderboards. Like right now, obviously, I'm not scoring very well because I have nothing active and I'm using 1 ship. But I love that this is something that I can win without spending money. It just makes me happy. Makes me happy. It's a pride thing. It's a pride thing. So. Now, Ryan says PvP is the most boring part of the game. Hostiles at least respawn. With the PvP events, you got to wait for someone to send a ship. I can see that argument. I can absolutely see that argument. Absolutely. Yeah. I think there's no wrong answers here, right? Like the way Nick does things, it's not wrong. The way I do things, it's not wrong. It's whatever is working best for you. That's what you got to determine. And because, kind of like Andy says, there aren't many leaderboards worth spending on, but there's also not many leaderboards that you can do this on. Like you can go win by just being active and knowledgeable and better. I like to take advantage of those. It's just a pride thing. But I will say the extra event store currency is going to be nice. It is going to be nice. It's an unexpected little booster there to wrap up my my evening. Evening's not the right word, but I need 500 more here to get 5. Tomorrow can't come soon enough so I can pull this and hopefully get decent chip pulls. Now, mining is the best part of the game. Look here, John, I love you. But you keep talking all that blasphemy. We're going to have words. Appreciate you, John. You're awesome. All right, guys, we've run a little bit long. I do have to plug myself because I can't do what I do. I can't have these great conversations. I can't educate you about the game unless y'all support the channel. So, ! Donate if you want to support. We have PayPal, Venmo, Cash App. I can't do what I do without y'all. Believe it or not, Twitch and YouTube aren't out here paying great ad money. It's the amazing community that supports us. So, appreciate you. See y'all at my territory defense in an hour. And then I also see y'all tonight in about 3 hours for Twitch. So if y'all want to come hang out with us, come play War Thunder with us. Completely fun game. Also completely free to play. Like actually free to play. Like War Thunder is actually free to play. Like actually. Like if you buy a ship in War Thunder, you don't become better. You just have a ship and it can get blown up by a free to player. So if y'all want to come play with us, do that. Join the Discord if you haven't already. Live long and plunder. Stay safe with our Space Cowboys. Deuces, that's me. Catch you on the next one. And shout out to IA for defending me while I was trying to video and getting sniped. So, the war rages on.
An even better outro than the intro. For the Empire and glory to your house.